Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. For today we are discussing this book, Atomic Habits. I've just finished reading Atomic Habits. It did take me a good month to read this, not because the book is like difficult and long to read or anything, but because there's no way you can read this book and not be making notes on the side or not be making changes in your life. Like, this book makes you stop, pause the chapter and go and act. I'm bursting to talk about it. I am bursting to talk about it. So Atomic Habits is by James Clear, and it is a fantastic book. If you're going through anything right now, if you're feeling like, man, I just want to have my life in order, I don't feel like I'm doing really good things, I don't feel like I've got good habits or good ways, this is the book for you to read. And take your time, okay? So in Atomic Habits by James Clear, he teaches people that you have 4 ways to make a habit stick in your life, to make good habits and to get rid of bad habits. So this is all about how to build better habits, which are obviously going to turn into a lifestyle. So he says that there are 4 ways of habit creation. And the first law in James Clear's habit making systems is you have to make it obvious. So on the make it obvious one, what he's basically saying is you need to, number 1, address the problem, make it obvious that there is a habit that you're either trying to break or trying to get. So if you're trying to become a fitter person, you want to become a fitness person, you want to start having a better, fitter lifestyle, what you need to do is make that an obvious thing in your life. Visibly make it obvious. Hey, I'm now eating better, I now have a fridge that looks healthier, I now walk around with a bottle that's telling me when to drink my water and what time. I have an alarm set that when it rings it clearly says gym time. I have my clothes laid out for the gym before I go to bed, because you want this new habit to be obvious in your life and to be visible. If it's saving money, make sure you've got a financial habit tracker, make sure you've got a thing that pings up every time you spend money so you're more aware of it. Make it obvious, don't make it secretive or hidden. Make it obvious and make sure you call it out. So he gives advice on how you can write a list of your day-to-day, every day. When you wake up, what's the first thing that you do? You brush your teeth, and then you make your bed, and then you do this. Note down the good habit, the bad habit, make it obvious as to why you do it and why you want to stop doing it or why you want to start doing it, and then it starts to be front of mind. I think for a lot of us, we say we want to do something and then never even talk about it or think about it, right? I really want to write a book in a year, but then you never even have conversations about the book, you never even have a Word document up, you don't even have a plan of how you're going to write this book or how many words you're going to do a week. Then December comes, you've got no book and you're upset. So make it obvious. Okay, students, the next one that we have is number 2, make it attractive. Okay, so what do we mean by make it attractive? In this one, it's you don't need to do things that are difficult or things that don't actually appeal to you. Why would you say, I'm going to go on this new fitness journey and diet, but instead of eating things I actually like and making them healthier, smaller sized portions, blah blah blah, I'm gonna now make myself eat gruel and cut out carbs completely and have no sugar at all, and it's too difficult, you're doing it too quick, you're doing it too drastic and dramatic, it's not attractive to you. So you might do it for the first 2 days because you're motivated, you really want to do it. After 3 days, your body is not going to want to do it. Your body responds and repeats things that it enjoys. When you don't like something, you put your finger in fire, you get burned. You're not doing that again, okay? You go outside and you step on glass and you start to bleed. You're not doing that again. You eat chocolate, it tastes sweet, it feels pleasurable, you're gonna wanna eat that again. So when you're trying to make a new habit, make it attractive and make it something that you're going to want to do. So, actually, if I wake up at 7 o'clock every single day, I'm gonna now, instead of spending 10 minutes on my phone, I'm going to use that 10 minutes to go for a walk. Now you've made it something that's tangible and manageable and something that you can do, and it's also attractive to your new lifestyle. And every time that you're going out and about, you ask yourself, is this the person I want to be? Am I adding to the person I want to become, or am I taking away from that future V? But if something is obvious and also it's enjoyable and attractive to do, you're going to want to carry on. So make it attractive. Also, another thing that he talks really well about within the making it attractive is building the environment. If you want to become someone who is fitter and someone who is more knowledgeable, or someone who is more outspoken or has better debate skills, start surrounding yourself in the environment of the things that you want to be. You are a product of your environment. For example, if you have this beautiful plant here who I really look after well, her name is Audrey. If you've got Audrey here and I put her in a room full of perfume fumes and I watered her with alcohol every day and she was never getting sunlight and she was never... Do you think she's going to be luscious and green like this? No, she's going to die, okay? She's going to die because she's in a bad environment. Put her in a good environment like I do, where I water her, I brush her leaves, I give her sunlight. She's going to grow and grow in this way. So making something attractive and putting yourself in the right environment makes it more enjoyable. Like, this is good. So you need to make things attractive to you. How do you make sure that the gym is an enjoyable experience? How do you make sure that you are attracted to this habit and it's not something that you dread? If you're dreading your new habit, you've done it wrong. So the third law in James Clear's habit laws is make it easy. Make it easy. You need to make sure that this habit, which I kind of just touched on, they are intricately different. I might be like messing it up actually, but make it easy for yourself. Like, don't make it difficult. Don't make yourself feel like I've got to have a long day at work, a long 12-hour shift working on the ward as a nurse. I've got to do all of these rounds, look after patients, then I'm gonna get home at 8 p.m, have to make my dinner, and then have to think about going to the gym for 30 minutes because I want to become a fitness person. That's not making it easy, that's not making it attractive, and that's definitely not making it an obvious one. You're making it difficult for yourself. You've got to make it fit into your current lifestyle where it doesn't feel like you've had to do a dramatic change. And also, no habits begin and then up in the final stage. Like, you're going to start, you might do 5 minutes of running on the treadmill, then 10 minutes, then 20, you gradually increase. The whole point of James Clear's methods about atomic habits is that it's small little changes that compound and mount up to become large, effective lifestyle changes. He literally says an easy and proven way to build good habits or break bad ones. So when you want to make it easy, if I was that nurse who's working 12-hour shifts, having to come home at 8 p.m, and I really want to become healthier, I would say I've got to get 20,000 steps in a day, right? Because then instead of maybe taking an Uber to work, I might walk or maybe ride a bike to work. Or when I'm on the ward, instead of only like calling my colleagues, I might walk to my colleagues. So walk up and down across the ward. I might say during my lunch break, instead of like just sitting down and just like watching TV or watching the Kardashians, I might go for a walk to refresh myself while I'm having some fruits. Or I might substitute the pizza that I'd normally have at work with like a fruit bowl. And he says that you've got to make it something that feels like second nature, like, oh, I was going to do this anyway, but instead of doing it like this, I might replace it with something. Not that you're going out of your way to completely disrupt your life and now this new habit becomes something that you don't enjoy. Do you get that? So make it easy so that it's already in the flow. If you want to start being healthy and eating better, make sure your oranges aren't in the back of the fridge. Make sure that when you buy your strawberries, you chop them up straight away and they're already in a container. So when you want to eat healthy, you just go and grab it instead of having to think, now I have to go peel it, cut it, cook it. That's why people meal prep. You know, like when fitness people meal prep, it's because they don't want to have to think. Basically, we want to eliminate thinking from this process. So the fourth and final law of atomic habits and of starting your new life is You've got to make it satisfying. And what do I mean by that? He's a really good example in the book where he says that in Karachi there was a really big issue of hand washing. People just weren't washing their hands as much. Then it was made easy because they now put lots of soap bars or like lots of rules around that people knew that they had to wash their hands. So now everyone knew they had to wash their hands. They had access to like the bar of soap, but there was still not that high of a number of people doing it. Then this group of scientists, I think, figured out that people just weren't enjoying the experience. They weren't actually enjoying it. Yes, it was obvious you need to wash your hands because bacteria makes you ill and that's why the population is dying. They made it attractive. You don't want to die, so living was an attractive thing. They made it easy. They told them exactly where they can find the soap. They had the soap in the bathrooms, whatever. But it wasn't satisfying. It was a horrible experience. People just didn't want to do it. So they introduced, you know, like the pumping soap where you put it on, it gets fizzy, it gets bubbly, it smells really great. They made it fun and exciting, and then guess what? The number of people washing their hands increased because the experience was enjoyable and satisfying. And another example is brushing your teeth. People knew they had to brush their teeth, they knew the toothpaste to use, but it didn't actually taste nice. So when they were done brushing their teeth, even though they knew I've got cleaner teeth, blah blah blah, they didn't feel good. It didn't feel satisfying, and you're not going to go and repeat something that doesn't feel nice. So then they added mint and the peppermint, and then people began to brush their teeth more. Even chewing gum, once it got flavored and it had that minty flavor, peppermint flavor, people were chewing more gum. So if you can make that experience satisfying enough that you want to repeat it, then you're gonna have your new habits unlock. That is what I learned from Atomic Habits. He ends the book by saying, that's the power of atomic habits, tiny changes and remarkable results. And honestly, since I've been reading this book, I began doing Couch to 5K. And Couch to 5K, I feel like, is the fitness version of Atomic Habits, I'll be honest. Instead of me, which I've been trying to do running for, you know this, if you follow me, you've known that I've always got into fitness, got off, got into fitness, got off, but I can never maintain it. Why? Because it was not enjoyable. I'd go outside, jog for 30 minutes, be heaving and breathing wrong and feeling pain. The next day, it was awful. I wouldn't go back. I'd do it for like 3 days max, wouldn't do it again because it just wasn't enjoyable. Then I found Couch to 5K while reading this, and I went. The first day, they only make you run for 60 seconds. Walk 60 seconds, run 60 seconds, walk 60 seconds, run 60 seconds, walk 60 seconds. Oh, that's it, done, nice. Then that you do the same thing for the rest of the week. Then the next week, now you run for 1 minute 45. You walk for 60 seconds. Right? They gradually do it. And now I'm running 5 minutes straight. 5 minutes straight. And when I'm done, I go, oh, we're doing the walking part. Like, oh, can the walking part be over so I can get back to the running? And in the first week, if you saw me, I couldn't even finish the 60 second run. And I know that sounds, I'm just not very athletic or fitnessly built. But now I am running like a good 3-4K in like 25 minutes, 26 minutes. And I'm not feeling a thing. And that really wasn't my reality before. So it's crazy how over the past 4 weeks of me running every other day, I've improved, and I didn't even realize it because it's been small, gradual changes. So my point is, this book works. Okay, I am not one to ever just say something works when it doesn't. Like, can you see that like the book is bruised and battered because I've taken it everywhere. I've been reading it everywhere, and this, all of it, yeah, this is a lifestyle choice. Bye. And also, what book should I read next? Got any suggestions? Let me know. Bye, guys.